What you want, turkey? What you want, mac and cheese? That's my twin. What you want, rice and beans? I don't know for you. We feed in the streets. GLE. Roddy Ricch is here. Mention beans. Hey, twin.
It's the Heat, SIRIUSXM. You're in Mina's house. I'm Mina SayWhat. Roddy Ricch is in the house today. Woo!
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Roddy? How you feeling today?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
I love it, man. I love the fit, you know?
Trying.
You always looking swagged out.
Appreciate it.
You style yourself or you get somebody?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Putting it on.
So look, you just literally came off tour with Post Malone, right?
Yeah.
How was that tour? Because, we just came off of the pandemic. They announced it when, everything was kind of starting to open back up.
Yeah.
The guy's falling, breaking his rib.
Yeah,
How was that tour?
It was fire. It was turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like his fan base kind of you gained some new fans from being on that tour?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But we still had some people in the building. We still had the Rich Gang in the building. It was cool, man.
Of course.
It was fire.
Because you got the hits,
It was cool, yeah.
What do you learn from being on a tour like that?
I feel like I learned about just the setup of the music, the experience that you give your fans, as far as it being he do a live segment, you know what I'm saying? And he talked to his fans a lot. And, I just learned a lot from his state of being on his tour, you know what I'm saying? Just how to interact with fans and shit like that, yeah.
He plays the banjo and everything.
Nah.
I saw him once. He pulled out a guitar or banjo or something.
Guitar,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, he pulled out a guitar. He a good nigga though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Feed the Streets 3. Congratulations. You just dropped it.
Appreciate that.
How you feeling about the feedback so far?
It's good.
I like it.
We back on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like it. I like the
on.
feel of it. You got 15 strong tracks on there.
Yeah.
So this is actually a continuation of a series. So at one point were you and this is a series that your fans love. Mm-hmm. At what point were you no, this is Feed the Streets 3. This is what this got to be.
Yeah, I just feel like, we wanted to take it back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just what it was. And just, speaking, giving them an update of where we at and feeding them, feeding their soul, feeding their ears, giving them something to ride with.
Right.
Ride with, yeah.
So there's so many songs on here. Now, obviously, we can't play all of them, right? Mm-hmm. But there are a couple that I was drawn to. There was 4 that I was drawn to immediately, right? Immediate. So there's Twins with Lil Durk. Mm-hmm. And then there's Aston Martin Truck. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about those 2 records. First of all, tell me about the record with Durk, because I love how you guys are going back and forth. You guys are legitimate twins almost.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah. Talk about that, how that came about, and your energy on that song.
We was in Miami just cooking, you know what I'm saying? We was just making the vibe up and I called him. I was like, shit, I know I got one for you. Because as I was recording, I said his name and I like, this one for him. He like, shit, I'm gonna do it, let's do it. We just did it, you know what I'm saying? Ain't too much rocket science. Yeah.
No, but you guys are going back and forth you've been doing it for a minute. It sounds very organic.
That's what it is, but it's an organic friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's an organic relationship. We always check up on each other regardless of 6 months, a year of making music, not making music, whatever. In passing, we see each other. We might go somewhere after, whatever, genuine friends, so it's cool.
And that's rare in this industry.
Most definitely.
Right.
Most definitely. That's why we keep it short, you know what I'm saying? We keep it cut off. It be certain niggas we do that with, but you know what I mean?
Right. Aston Martin Truck is the other song that I was drawn to. 4 maids, that's what we doing now? You got 4 maids now?
Yeah. Cause when you got
when
you only got 2 or 1, it just take them so long to clean the house.
Talk about it. Talk.
So you got to get more.
I was wondering because us minions, I don't have a maid, so I'm like, he got 4. Do they section off the crib? How's that work?
Even my regular homies got maids. We be gone. I'm telling you, even we be gone so long, it be shit. Who gonna come back clean the house, fold the clothes and shit? It don't be too much. They get their apartments, whatever, their condos clean and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just life of a bachelor.
Right. That's exactly it. Yeah. Who's at the end of the song?
Snoop.
I thought that was Snoop, but then his voice was changing.
Yeah, Snoop Deal Dub.
So how did that happen?
It's big homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're from Compton, right?
Yeah, Compton and Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? He been tapped in since the jump, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a death row baby down there. I came up and knowing certain niggas, so it's just only right. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I'm going to let you pick What are we doing? Twins or Aston Martin truck? It's on you.
We could do twin.
All right, let's do it. Twin. You want? Go ahead, introduce your
Come
song.
on, twin. You feel me? Featuring Lil Durk. You know we about to spin it right now.
Yes, Roddy Ricch is here on The Heat. It's Mina SayWhat. It's The Heat, SiriusXM. You're in Mina's house. Roddy Ricch in the house today.
Come on, we here.
It's Mina SayWhat. So you've been in the game since you were a teenager, and I think people forget that.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, you started when you were young, right?
Yeah,
super. I mean, you weren't popping out hits, but you were making music as a youngin'.
Yeah.
So you growing up in this industry, you know, how has it evolved for you? Like, how has it changed the way you see it?
You know, I mean, I'm really not an industry guy, you know, as people may seem or to think. You know what I mean? I'm more of the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? I be watching and I shake, you know, see niggas and shake hands and do all that thing. But I'm 3,000 miles away from everybody. It's not a lot of people on the West, so you know, it's real secluded.
Right.
For me. Yeah.
But there's a business that I feel like you're learning, right?
I mean, we definitely evolved. We
Right.
in the business, but you know, I feel like as far as it changing, you know, it's not really much. You know, we still do what we do, and we just keep our distance. You know what I'm saying? I like to do that. That's just how I like to live.
Yeah. It's to protect yourself.
Somewhat. Protect others.
So, you know, I just want to know how you've kind of, because it's been a couple of years now you've been doing this, right?
Yeah.
So, like, your musical process, how do you feel like that has evolved since you first started?
I feel like the game taught me a lot in that regard. You know, we definitely got the chance to meet a lot of legends, you know, when it comes to the Kanye's, to the Mustards, to the Mike Deans, you know what I'm saying? Even Travis, in a sense, you know, we really get in with these guys, and these are the new era, you know, producers. Oh, my stomach, bro. The new era guys who really build their music out and really are able to speak a language through the music, and you know, we just been able to soak up a lot of game, and it's been great. You know, definitely more thorough in our process and more intentional with our words. So.
I love that.
It's dope.
How about your melodies? Because you're known for the melodies. Do you still come up with your melodies the same way?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same process. You know, I've been holding on to my pen for the longest. You know, that's something I take pride in. Just
I know that.
Want to hold on to my pen. I don't want nobody else holding on to my pen. You know.
Right.
So that's what I be on. So
you dropped the sophomore album, and now you're trying to, you know, get to that next level and keep pushing that career forward. Yeah. I feel like because the first album was like #1 for 35 years and, you know, had all these accolades, people have these expectations from you. Yeah. What do you say to yourself at the end of the day when people have like these unrealistic expectations of your music, when at the end of the day, your only responsibility as an artist is to just put out your art? Yeah. Right? What do you say to yourself when when people try to have these expectations and they're so unrealistic? I would, you know, I mean, that's on them. You know what I mean? I feel like I've just been having a great career in rap. You know what I'm saying? My first album is, or actually Feeder Streets 2 is a triple platinum mixtape or a double platinum. And then something just went octuplet or something like that, I read. I don't know. Yeah, you have all these accolades, you know? Yeah, but I'm explaining to you, you know, Feed the Streets 2, triple or double platinum. First out, Antisocial, double platinum, one time platinum, something, double platinum or triple platinum. Live Life Fast is gold, so 500. And we at Feed the Streets 3. Right. So, you know, I just look at it like, you know, we still doing what we doing, you know? Right. It's like, it's an ongoing process. Every album is not going to be the greatest album to ever live. And, you know, we got to be okay with that. Right. You know, I feel like whatever people's expectations are, they need to put them on themselves. If I can't make you happy, go make yourself happy. Whoo! You better talk that. So another song I like is Fade Away. Tell me about this song, because it's one of those songs that I just keep playing over and over and over again. How did that song come about? Because it's a love song, and we love songs here on The Heat. Yeah. So tell me about that one. I feel like it's just the space I'm in, you know? I feel like, you know, when you get engaged with
with you know, a special somebody, you know, you just don't want that feeling to fade away, and you want to always be open and honest and talk to them. So I feel like that's just what that was for. I feel like I was speaking for the people in that phase, or the people that have that love for someone, you know, and personal experiences too.
I love this song. Please introduce it. It's a beautiful song.
For sure, for sure. For all my ladies that's you know, sliding in traffic, you know, and all my guys that got their lady in the whip with them. Y'all turn on that fade away, turn that up, play that.
Yes, that. It's on the Heat, SiriusXM. You're in Mina's house. It's the Heat, SiriusXM. We back in Mina's house. Roddy Ricch in the house.
We here.
Mina SayWhat. Feed the Streets 3 is out right now.
Go get it.
So when I was reminiscing on your music, you know, I went into like when I knew you were coming in, I went into like my Roddy Ricch mode, right? And I was like just putting on all the songs. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to die young. Yeah. You know, I'm like just going through kind of a musical catalog, like a right. history book of Roddy Ricch. Right. And I realized you got songs with some people, and I knew this, but you know, it hit me in that moment. You got songs with people that are so important to the culture, but they're not even here anymore. Right. So like Takeoff, that song, when I was listening to it, it really hit me a different way. Even his words and his verse on the song, you know, can you talk about your relationship with him and kind of that last session with him?
Yeah. I actually just speaking. So yeah, me and Takeoff, man, that was like, you know, to be honest, that was like a random friendship that just came. You know what I'm saying? Like, we end up just linking up. I don't even remember kind of how. We just end up linking up, and like, I don't know, we just started kicking it. Like, he'll be in LA, boom, come on, let's go to the strip club. When we pull up, man, you in Miami, come pull up. And it's just like a random friendship. But what we found out about each other was like, I feel like if Roddy Ricch was Amigo, he would have been like Takeoff.
Right.
You feel me? Like just quiet, chilling in the cut, stick to what he know, and he on that. Like, that's, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people felt that way about him. Just the way he moved was just, it was different from Offset or Quavo. He was just real quiet, real to himself, doing his thing. And I feel like, you know, it's hard to find people in this industry that kind of be on the same vibration as you know what I mean? So when we found that, we just kind of locked in and fucked with each other from that, you know. And even when we had went to the club a few times, my songs would come on, he would know certain songs that I'm like, I ain't know he knew that shit. He'd be singing that shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga really knows some shit. So just, you know, it just kind of built from that. And the last studio session I had with him, it was me and him and 2 Chainz. We was in Miami, and we was in the studio till like 1 the next day. And we was just recording. And it was just, you know, after I got the news, I just kind of was replaying that shit in my head. And it was just a lot of good memories from it, you know what I'm saying? Just, I was laughing because he was just, that nigga was funny. He would laugh about certain shit that I had said, or I'm laughing about shit. It was just a genuine time. So I just was thanking God. And I text 2 Chainz too. I'm like, bro, I just want to thank you for that vibe that we were marrying. He was like, bro, that fucked me up, but he like, I appreciate that shit too, because it was like, we all was in there on some random shit. Think about that, 2 Chainz, Takeoff, and Roddy in the same room. Like, you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't guess those 3 people in the same room, but it was just a genuine time. So, you know, he was a good dude, man. He was a good dude, and he was always to himself, you know what I mean? So it was sad when that happened.
Yeah. Do you listen back to that music? Do you still have it?
Hell yeah. I be listening to it, and you know me, my music may never go nowhere. So
shut up! Don't say that.
I'm saying like my fans be mad because I don't put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be putting my shit out, so that shit may never go nowhere. But it's in my heart. I can listen to it all the time, and you know, I'm glad. I'm just grateful that I end up making those songs and got those memories to be able to listen to them. Cause you know, we ain't opportunistic. We don't care about that. I appreciate that vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Then you got a song with my guy, like my guy, PnB Rock. And when every time I see pictures or I listen to songs, I get like, whew. Yeah. So can you talk about that?
I had him in the projects, man. That was our introduction to each other. Well, not introduction, but that was our first time really kicking it.
That's rock for you, though. He'll be right in the project.
Yeah, I had him in the projects in Compton, man. He was like one of the only niggas to pull up over there. A lot of niggas scared to pull up in my project, but he pulled up and Gunna pulled up. Them was the only two niggas that ever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Do you feel like you're in this culture, and now it's like it's scary for the culture sometimes? Do you feel like safe when you move around? Like, do these things that are happening impact you in any way? Like in terms of how you move, you know?
No, but definitely it impacts me because, you know, you feel me? Like when that shit happens, you feel, but it does not impact the way I move because I already move very, I don't want to say different, but I move a little different.
Yeah.
But I've been moving like that from the beginning.
Mm.
I'm from that, so I know that. Like, I grew up with all robbers, so I know how they think.
Mm.
And that's bad, that's upset, but I know how they think, so I be ahead of that, or I be ahead of the niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always think ahead. Now, I'm not saying that nothing can happen because obviously we all are only human, but when I'm thinking, I always think about just different plays and how they could play out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch is here. Thank you for your honesty with that. It's the Heat, SiriusXM. You're in Mina's house. Roddy Ricch is here. Ooh, I'm thinking about PnB Rock, and you know, we talking about real stuff right now. I heard your song, and I don't know if maybe because I just had a baby, and it, you know, that song really touched me. But A Letter to My Son.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, this is such a deep song, and it kind of like really speaks to me because I'm learning how to be a mom. Right. And in the song, you're talking about learning how to be a dad and the importance of going to take your kid to the park. Can you talk about that learning process and, you know, having to balance that along with your career?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I feel like you learn from your kids. I feel like that's the best way to be a parent because a lot of parents, they try to dictate how to teach their kids, but, you know, it's all about just, you know, learning from them and being the best guy for them. Because you can't use a Six Flags guide at Disneyland. You feel me? You gotta have the right. You gotta know the right situation.
Yeah.
Your kid, you know. So.
Has being a father changed you? No.
A little bit.
Yeah. How? How so?
A little bit. I feel like definitely taught me about unconditional love. All the fatherly shit, like. Obviously, but I just feel like as far as my character and, you know, how I my drive or anything, no. I feel like I've always, you know, just wanted to be greater, and now I feel like I just want to be greater for him too. So that's kind of, you know.
Man, I'm going to play that in a bit, but A Letter to My Son off Feed the Streets 3 is so powerful, seriously. I think another powerful thing is, you know, Nipsey Hussle was your mentor, and you're actually investing in Compton as he did. Yeah. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. You know, when I crashed my first Hellcat, I had a Hellcat. I crashed that shit, and I didn't have a car. You feel me? So I'm like, shit, what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna buy another car? Or should I buy some real estate? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy some real estate.
Right.
So then I bought.
I'll take an Uber. Not you, though. You're Roddy Ricch.
Nah. We was moving around so much that I wasn't even really driving my car. That's the crazy part. I came back to the city, picked my car up from the shop, was driving to my mama's house to get my license, got on the freeway and wrecked my shit. Stupid. But anyway, I ended up buying an apartment building in Compton, and it all started from that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, eventually shit grew. We started buying other properties and shit. We still buying up. Then my mom, she does construction now. So my mom is, you know, she's laying the foundations of the home. She's know how to take it down to the beams, all the shit. She's really invested on that side of it too. So, you know, we really just trying to run it up as a family, you know.
I love that. Man, you got it together, man. Congratulations on everything.
Nah.
You do.
I'm figuring it out.
I mean, how old are you?
24.
How many 24-year-olds talking about investing? Hello.
I mean, I'm getting older, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, That's a lot. Other 24-year-olds need to hear that. That's important.
I'm getting older, man. Before you know it, I'll be 30. Before you know it, I'll be 40.
Yo, slow down, bro. Let's focus on what's going on now. Feed the Streets 3 is out right now. Roddy Ricch.
3, yeah.
Anything you want to say to your fans before you go?
I appreciate y'all for having me. You know, this was a beautiful conversation. And I appreciate all the fans that's tuned in to Feed the Streets 3. Keep spinning it. Keep listening. We got more on the way. Let's do it.
All right, here go A Letter to My Son. One of my faves off that Feed the Streets 3. It's Mina SayWhat. You're on the Heat, SiriusXM.
Yeah.
Tamia, Tamara, we draped down in carrots. I flew out to London, the blow bag at Harris.